Hello and welcome to a beautiful place out in nature. Today I'm also reviewing a camera, and the time has come for the Canon EOS 20D from the year 2004. The 20D is a prosumer DSLR with quite typical specs of the time. It has an 8 megapixel CMOS sensor in APS-C format. Let's say that is typical for Canon because the other brands were mostly using CCD sensors in their DSLRs. But yeah, Canon was going for CMOS at the time. It looks very similar to its predecessor, the Canon EOS 10D, but it has many important improvements. For example, now there is a joystick on the back, so it's more easy to move between the focus points. And also there are more focus points, of course. And well, the most important thing though, I would say, is the EFS mount. So you can actually use the Canon's APS-C dedicated lenses, because on the 10D you can only use EF lenses. Of course, if you do some hacks, you can still use the EFS lenses on the 10D, but it's not recommended because it can damage the camera. The camera is also much faster than the 10D. It doesn't have any, let's say, delay when starting the camera. Yeah, so overall, the usability has been improved a lot, and there are probably more small changes as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this camera over the 10D. The resolution is also higher, since the 10D only has 6 megapixels. When it comes to the successor of this camera, the 30D, there you don't have that many differences. Mostly the screen is bigger. There are of course some other small changes as well, but nothing very substantial. The design of the 20D is very similar to the 5D, or actually it's the other way around, since the 20D came first. And there are some very nice design points. As I already mentioned, there is the joystick, also the big wheel on the back, also a small wheel here in front for changing settings. I really like this design on Canon. And then when you press this button, you can use the wheels to change different settings, for example the dry mode or the ISO. It uses compact flash cards for memory, and it accepts bigger cards than 2 gigabytes. So I think the maximum might be something like 8. I'm not entirely sure. The batteries it uses are quite high capacity, so you can shoot for quite a long time without having to change them. That is also one very nice thing about the DSLR, that the batteries last for a very long time. The viewfinder on the camera is not that big, so don't expect something like on the Canon 5D. After all, it is an APS-C side sensor, so the mirror and viewfinder will be smaller also, and not as bright. But yeah, overall this is a quite solid DSLR, very nice design. Yeah. So I'll go and take some pictures with this camera now and see how it performs. I was actually going to shoot some birds, or let's say take photographs of birds. I don't want to get flagged for illegal hunting or something on YouTube. So yeah, but anyway, so I wanted to photograph some birds, but I don't know. I guess I could do that in the morning instead, because the light is better for landscape photos now. So I will start with some landscape photos. And then, well, if I see some opportunity for birds, I will do that as well. Actually, now the lens is visible. Looks kind of funny, like a first person shooter. Now where are the birds? Of course, now I changed into a big lens, they all disappear. It looks too silly.